You driving?
Some Plan Bs are smarter than others. If you're drinking, don't drive. RBT means you need a Plan B. Authorised by New South Wales Government, Sydney.
Well, first, we'll ask a couple of questions about this game. We spoke to Chris Rogers yesterday. He was pretty impressed with how he performed. What was your thoughts on the game so far for yourself?
I was pretty impressed with how he batted, actually. He's pretty tough to bowl to, and every time he comes here he seems to get 100, so very tough to bowl to. I thought I bowled pretty well. Beat the batter a lot early, and it was quite tough once the ball got wet later on in the first innings. But we got to reverse a little bit, and obviously Starc bowled pretty tightly at his end, and the quicks came from the other one. So it was pretty good bowling effort, I thought.
It's nice to hear that sort of thing from a guy like Chris Rogers, obviously former Test player.
Yeah, definitely. Very experienced player, and he's obviously faced a lot of good bowlers, and for him to say something like that about me, I'm pretty rapt with that. Yeah.
Did you guys think you had a chance today? I mean, how disappointed was it to be washed out?
Yeah, very disappointed. Heading away from this game last night, we thought if we can get the whole 112 overs in today, we're definitely a chance. Maybe to get another 80 or 90 runs and set them around that 250, 240 mark, then have a crack at them. So it was very disappointing not to get out there today, or for a couple of overs anyway.
Taking that into Sunday, mate. North Sydney Oval's not a great place for bowlers of any kind, but what sort of plans do you take into a ground that small? Yeah,
it's always tough to bowl at North Sydney. As we saw last year at 330, played 330. I think we chased it down with a bonus point. So it was it's very tough to bowl there. I think the only chance is to bowl first. I think sometimes it gets a little bit tacky in the morning. You can get away with 10 to 15 overs of where it's a bit harder to play. But whenever you're bowling there, it's tough work.
You feel like it could be an advantage for the boys? Obviously, I think there's a few guys out for Victoria, obviously with the Test and also a couple of injuries. You guys still got a pretty strong batting lineup with Brad Hadden, leading the charge.
Yeah, exactly right. Had's did well in the first Rugby Cup game of the year, and we've got a win over in WA. So hopefully we can, even though it's been over a month since that game, hopefully we can take that form into this game. And as you said, the VIC's got a couple out, so but still got a fair lineup with Finch, Hussey, and White and guys like that. So Finch has been hitting pretty well.
Is that tough? I mean, it's so long between games with the white ball. Is it tough to kind of get back into that mindset straight away?
It's probably a little less tough on us. We've been over in South Africa, obviously bowling with a white ball there, with batsmen trying to hit you out of the park. So maybe for the Vics who have played a couple of Shield games in a row in recent times. So we've had a fair bit of white ball stuff.
We just spoke to Mitchell Starc. Obviously, he's been named in the 13-man squad. You're confident he'll get the call up this time as opposed to being 12 man again?
Very tough decision, actually. Obviously the three guys up in Brizzy, I thought they bowled very well on a pretty docile wicket. So Starc obviously had something different with the left arm swing bowler. So whether they go with him or the other three guys, it's a tough decision.
And you're in the Brisbane in the camp for a few days. What did you take out of that? And I suppose what was the experience like?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. Obviously, we trained the 3 days leading up to the game, bowling the nets every day, and it was, as I said, just a great experience to be around those guys. Building up to a first Test of the summer it was such a great feeling around the squad, and a sense of confidence, I guess, probably following on from last year. To train around Michael Clark and Ricky Ponting and guys like that, it was really good stuff.
Is it nice to know that you're obviously very close to that setup? Is it nice to know how close you are? Have you had chats to Mickey Arthur let you know?
Had a few chats while we're up there. It's obviously great to know you're sort of probably the fifth quick in line, I guess, with the three playing and Mitchell and myself. So it's good to know you're there or thereabouts. And obviously you just got to keep bowling well at domestic level in the Shield and one days, I think, as well. So that's all you can do is keep working hard and keep taking wickets for New South Wales.
Mate, you've been telling us the last week you've got your focus has only been on this game. Now this game's done and dusted. Does your attention turn to Adelaide?
Yeah, that's it now. So get on the plane on Sunday and get back with the boys and focus on that lead up to Thursday. So we sit down and come the second or third training session, we'll obviously talk about the plans and that sort of thing. But for now, it's just have a day off tomorrow and get on the plane on Sunday.
Obviously, you got 4 wickets, but how do you feel you bowled in this game? How would you?
Yeah, I was pretty happy. Obviously, it was not too much happening in the deck for either team throughout the 3 innings that were played. So we knew it was going to take a lot of hard work to get the rewards, and if we stuck at it and were patient enough and stuck to our areas and our plans, that the rewards would come. So unfortunately, we didn't quite get there in time for the first innings points, but as a bowling group, I think we were pretty happy with how we went out there.
And yourself personally?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the ball's coming out. There's a few stages there where I've probably, would have done things differently if I had time over in terms of, over the wicket or around the wicket and that sort of thing, because the ball wasn't doing too much. As I said, it was just more, getting that reverse happening when we had it going and keeping there for as long as we can. And obviously the rain didn't help with a bit of moisture on the ball, but the ball was coming out pretty well, I thought, and hopefully I can keep getting better.
You got better results yesterday as opposed to on Wednesday. Did you feel like you were working into the game and working into the red ball cricket and that sort of thing?
No, I've had a couple of weeks back in Shield cricket now, so just changing a few little things, and like I said, those plans and that execution, and then just probably being a little bit more patient. And then I think I got in that game in Brisbane, I probably got stuck trying to swing the ball as opposed to just being patient and hitting the wicket. So the last 2 wickets we played on haven't offered too much, but so just more focused on getting those areas right, like I said, working those plans and staying patient and sticking in for the hard yards to get the rewards.
Could you feel yourself getting better throughout this game, especially over day 2 and then into day 3?
Yeah, look, I don't know. It was, had a couple of days out there, so just to get the overs under the belt and try a few different things. And like I said, the ball wasn't doing much in the air or off the wicket, so it was more putting those hard yards in, like I said, and really persisting to get those rewards.
What's different to the build-up, to the Gabba? Obviously, you got overlooked right at the end. Have you heard anything different this time, or when do you expect to find out, that sort of thing?
I heard the team at 2:30 like everyone else, so I haven't even gotten to camp yet. I've just finished the Shield game, so I haven't had any lead up yet. But once we get into camp, I'm sure we'll hit the ground running.
Reckon you'll be cherry ripe?
Sorry?
Reckon you'll be cherry ripe after the overs you bowled here on top of last week as well?
It'll be fine. Said it for a while now, the body's feeling good, and the number of overs isn't going to faze me. It's just getting the ball in the right area and doing the right things.
What do you bring to the table, Mitch? Being a left armer, is that obviously going to work in your favour?
Yeah, look, it helps me being a bit different to the other blokes, and probably the tallest one out of the lot, so I can offer a little bit more bounce. But if I can get that ball swinging like I have done for the last few months, that's probably going to help me the most. And obviously got Jimmy's bowling quick and swinging the ball. Benny Ilfenhouse getting a bit of swing and probably getting a bit more bounce. And then Sidzi nice and hit the deck and get a bit of swing in the last test as well. So obviously that left-handed factor is going to help me a little bit, but we'll see. And whoever gets picked on the day is obviously going to do another great job.
We saw a lot of chirp from the quicks up there too. How do you go in that department? You seem like a pretty lovely, laid-back bloke.
Yeah, I'm probably not as aggressive as Jimmy is. I'll let him take the verbal barrage. But I guess we can all be pretty aggressive in our own right when we want to be. So whether that's with actions or with words, we're a pretty strong unit and get behind each other. So I'm sure we'll probably see more of the same.
Do you find, there wasn't much in that wicket. Do you reckon that was better preparation than it would have been had you got a grand top and pretty easy bowling for everyone?
I think so, yeah. It's always, a challenging game when you have a wicket that's not got anything in it for the quicks like this one out here. It obviously crumbled a bit. So there's a bit of help in it for the spinners come yesterday, and probably would have been a bit today if the sun was out. But to get a flatter wicket is probably something more probably similar to what we might get in Adelaide. So to have that, to get some overs on a flat deck, to, I guess, like I said, work hard and make sure you got those areas right and that patience, as opposed to trying to take a wicket every ball. It's probably good for not just myself but for the group to really have those sessions where you had to work really hard for your results, but to stick there and you knew the results would come.
We're going to be similar in Adelaide?
Look, I don't think any of the grounds around Australia are very similar. Someone asked me today if we're going to get the same wicket at Adelaide as we would at the Gabba, so it's a pretty silly question I would have thought. But Adelaide's obviously, we know it's not too much in for the bowlers, but like I said, if you work hard and really put in, the results will come.